Hello, everyone. This is Calvin, the interior designer for the CVION company, and we are down here at our client in Oxford, Georgia. So here, we started this client last year, early last year, I think part of the end of the year before. But we've been getting furnishings and all of the big things in the home. And so the client has been considering actually changing the paint color too. Now, you know, design kind of affects that when we're working in your home because then you see how everything blends. So in here, we've gotten their dining room furniture. They completely moved in this house and we were able to buy everything for the main floor. We got their master bedroom set coming. We got some items for the great room, the dining rooms, the sitting room, and the office. We changed those thanks to my guys at American Signature Furniture. Thank you. A big shout out. But the biggest thing that we're doing actually is we're changing the paint color. So let me show you how that looks. So you see these two tones here, this dark gray and this light gray. These are the gray tones that were already originally in the house. So with everything that we've been buying, you see the floor is a nice dark brown. Well, instead of doing gray in the house, what we wanted to do is a gray brown. And that's the color that you see on this wall. And that is our Sherwin-Williams Dorian Gray. So big shout out to Sherwin-Williams. Hey, you guys in Atlanta. We're doing Dorian Gray on the walls. Now, in this particular one, you're going to see, let me show you this room. You see these coffers here? Now, here's the thing. A lot of times people love to paint the ceilings inside of a coffered room. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only time that we do that is when if we're trying to draw the eye up to something fascinating, that's when we paint the squares inside of a coffered room. Otherwise, what we want to do in this one, this design that you're going to see, we're going to actually change these. Right now, this sheetrock and this trim, we're actually going to change it to match the hardwood. So it's going to go to a dark brown. The coffers will go to a dark brown. The ceiling parts will go back to white. And so what that does is that lets the room just stand alone by itself instead of drawing my eye up to a 9-foot ceiling. Now, I would love this if this was 12 feet high, but this is a 9-foot ceiling here. And so I think when you do this, you make the eye look up. I think since we have a fireplace in here and everything else, we should be making the eye look to what the centerpiece is for the room. Okay. And so now when you guys see this the next time, you'll see it where the coffers are the dark brown. And hopefully we're going to get to change the ceiling fan to something a little bit more modern in the rooms. And so you'll see the room, it'll look a little bit more open and a little bit more cohesive. Now that's just a design tip for those of you with coffer ceilings. You're like, well, let's just paint the coffers and everything. Before you do that, give it a little bit of thought. And so here in the foyer, they've already started to paint this Dorian Gray. This color is phenomenal. So what we're going to do on this foyer wall eventually is we're going to use these wainscoting. We're going to wainscot this whole wall here. So the lower ceiling, one of my watch viewers just asked a question about the lower ceiling. Hey, Rod. Yeah, so you have to play on that. Let me show you what we're about to do on these office and theater walls. So what we're going to do, here's my book of things that I'm doing in the client's home here. So if you see this Dorian Gray here, I'm going to use this as the accent wallpaper. And where that's going to go is that's going to go on this wall back here with this Dorian Gray. And I'm going to take it into this dining room. Now that lip is going to go Dorian Gray as well. The wall has already been changed, but I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to put it up on the ceiling as part of this Dorian Gray. So if you see how this plays, this metallic cork board, it's so fascinating. That's Kravitz. Thank you, Kravitz. And now upstairs in the theater room that you can see when this plastic wasn't here, you can see straight through here. This theater room is going to get a complete makeover. But on the ceiling of this theater room is going to be this corkboard wallpaper. Now, this is a Phillips Jeffries print, but it's actually going to go on the ceiling. So you see how these colors play within the house. You see how it goes with a lot of their browns and it bring it in. You'll see why we did this in the home a little bit later. But the key is that when you're designing your home should be cohesive. Now, where you get to break that rule is when a room is behind a door, because you can always close the door to the room, so you can make that room whatever you want. But when it's an open space and an open floor plan, I think, in our opinion, we think that it should transition harmoniously. It should have some continuity in color and scale and just the design aesthetics themselves. Oh, Rod, you purchased filtered shades. Oh, that's a beautiful gray too. Okay, yeah. She had agreeable grays. That's what was on these walls here. There's nothing wrong with those colors, by the way. There's nothing wrong with these colors. It's just that in the design of this home, we're changing it to go a little bit more cohesively with the furnishings, the feel of the home, how the client wants, how we've been developing their designs here. So this is just how we do it when working with the designer. We're just giving you tips on how we work. This doesn't mean you have to change your house. This just means that when someone else comes in who's primarily focused on making your home livable, functional, and giving you functioning design, and making it look like it was at least designed. These are some of the things that play into us. Now, I'm gonna tell you, the number one most important thing when we're painting a wall is this thing right here, is light. You will see a difference in lighting on this Dorian gray. As you see, this is a yellow light, so this is a soft white LED bulb. Now, when this room goes Dorian gray, and this is a white light LED bulb, you may be able to see it already in the painting, but you see how the white light casts the room and it hues the color up. It makes it look a little bit more, you see the more lighter hues, the white hues of it. Whereas when you're looking at yellow light, you see more of the brown hues. Well, that is the lighting that we're going to do around the room. We want the yellow light. We want the brown tones pulled out, because look here, look at their kitchen. See all these brown cabinets in here? All these brown floors? All of that is phenomenal. So what we want to do is accentuate that. And light is the first key, is the primary factor in accentuating that. Because how can you see if you don't have light in the room, you know? But anyway, I'm not gonna bore you guys with all the specifics of design. I'm just showing you guys this project. This project is in Oxford, Georgia. We actually have two projects down here. We got another one across the way, but we designed it for the client. She only wanted to use us for consultation. We designed it for her. We gave her the plans and her builder took care of it, Chapman Constructions. We work with it, that's Will. And he's already built it out. I went by there last week to take a look and see the progress. It looks phenomenal. She did everything to the plan, but she had a little bit of they had a little bit of a problem with the bathroom layout in the plan that we developed and gave her. So we had to go back and do another consultation to work through that. But here we're doing this whole home. And we've been working on this for a while, just like a lot of our clients. Like we have a lot of clients that's been with us like 8, 10 years, 11 years. You know, I love my repeat clients, my long-term clients. They're so demanding. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to give you guys this quick update. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. And you guys, on to the next project.